Okay, guys, my dad is my we'll put it in quotes, helper. So I programmed a little bit more of a program this time, and I gotta make sure it's in the video. Wait, pull it this way. Yeah. Okay, I want to talk to you guys about what the program does. Notice I still have this while 1 equals 1, which sets this as an infinite loop. I want you to see that I still have the programming holding, so nothing here is going to happen until I hit that bump switch.
That noise.
Nothing's going to happen until I hit this bump switch. It's a team effort today, everybody.
In case you're already zoning out, not listening, coffee's going to be brewing in the background.
Ah, okay. So let's figure out, ready, Dad?
Yep.
Let's figure out, I already did download a compile and it's not happy, so my code is bad. Let's try to figure out what looks weird. So this is while 1 equals 1, which is good. That means this is all going to loop. And it doesn't have any x's beside this. So this line, good. This until bump switch is a good line. But what do you notice is after all of my commands that's not after this one, Dad? Can you see that far?
Nope.
Can you see that?
A semicolon?
Yes. If you want to have a command here, guys, you have to have a semicolon. So that will take care of that when I download it. Please take a look. When I hit download and compile, that yellow X is going to go away. It's going to be much happier with me. Okay, so still bad, but at least we got rid of the yellow X by turn LED on. The wait 1 second, that looks good. It's got a semicolon, but we have this really weird red X here. Now, I'd be really impressed with my dad if he could tell me what's wrong. This turn LED off, you see how it's blue?
Yeah.
That means it's good. But can you see at all? I know it's hard to see. That's black. It's not red. That's because this is the wrong name I gave it. What name did I give it up here on turn LED on?
Green LED.
Yes. So that means this has to be the same thing. Do you guys remember when we did our motors up here, motors and sensor setup? We didn't call my LED green. We called it capital G, REEN, LED, and it automatically pops up. You want to make sure you grab the one that we coded. So we coded green LED. That's how sensitive it is. Even a wrong capital letter will not know. And that's right here, everybody. That's that tiny little light. That cord's in your way. That tiny little light that my finger's by. That's going to light up whenever it's happy. So if we compile our program now. Oh, by the way, I think yellow means that the program will run, but it's not happy with you. Red means the program won't run. So this one might actually, yes. Notice how this time it's like, okay, I'll run even though you were dumb. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of those yellow X's because we are perfectionists. So even though it was going to work for us, we're going to not run the program and we're going to get rid of these yellow X's. I should know why there's a yellow X here. Oh, any guesses? I think you wouldn't know. You weren't on the last video. I think we didn't call this servo motor with a lowercase s, did we, guys? Didn't we call it servo motor with a capital S? See how it turned red? I think we're okay now. So even the lowercase versus the uppercase makes a huge deal in programming. It was going to let it go, but again, we're perfectionists. We don't want any yellow or red X's. So just fixing that capital letter made it happy. Say hi, Grandma.
Hi.
Oh, Dad, how long is this going to wait? How long is the servo motor going to hold at 127?
2 seconds.
And then
5 seconds.
Total of
7 seconds.
Which is way too boring. Nobody wants that. So we'll get rid of that. We only need it for 2 seconds. And we should have a yellow X beside this if I try to run it. And if you guys notice down here, they tell you what is wrong. They're telling you why they're mad at you. All right, ready, Dad? It has to do with the motors. So this is a stop motor. This is blue, so that's fine. What is wrong from line 38, where I said right motor here, to line 41, where I said right motor?
Ours not capitalized.
There you go. And that is because, guys, when we did our motors and sensors right here, we made our capital. We told our computer, hey, when I type my program, if I use a capital R, capital M, right motor, you need to turn that right motor on. So now what we're going to do is let's talk about what this program, everything's going to be happy. So when I do download, compile, and download, we should have no yellow X's. We should have no red X's. And before we just hit that bump switch, we should be able to read this code well enough to understand what's going to happen. So let's do that. Okay, good. Everything's happy. See how our sensors are going? That means everything's good, no yellow. So while 1 equals 1, we're going to be infinitely in this loop. So it is not going to do, I have to hit start. It is not going to do turn LED on until I hit my bump switch. Once my dad hits the bump switch, that LED is going to turn on for how long do you think, Dad? It goes right down on line.
I don't know.
Right underneath the bit.
1 second?
That one, 1 second.
Okay.
So the LED is going to turn on for 1 second. Now, I want to make sure I say this. Unless you tell it to turn it off, it's not going to turn off. So it is going to turn it on. It's going to say 1 Mississippi, and then it's going to go straight to this next line. So if I didn't have turn LED off, that LED light would stay on indefinitely. It doesn't matter. It's not like wait 1 second and turn your computer. You need to tell it to turn off. So simultaneously, so it's going to turn off that green LED. Simultaneously, it's going to start this right motor. Simultaneously, it's going to set the servo motor, which is this, is going to set it to a certain degree of -127. If you're interested, let's look at our motors. Our servo motor is currently at, down here, our servo motor is currently at 0. So it is going to set this to, I think you guys see me, yeah. It's going to set this to 127 simultaneously with turning off the green LED and turning on the right motor. It's going to go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and then it's going to stop the right motor. What I forget about my code, I forget if the servo motor goes back to 0 or not. So we're going to hit, Dad, go ahead and hit that bump switch. Let go. Notice 1 Mississippi, turn on, it's set. That guy did not register. Did he move it up?
Nope.
Okay, I want to go ahead and hit hold on. Let's make it go. Let's make the LED go for 3 seconds. Let's have that thing set for 3 seconds just so we can see a little bit more. I have to recompile it. I don't know. Maybe it had to have moved. That's the rule. I'm not wrong. I'm never wrong. I'm my kids. Oh, there's that lady outside with that Dalmatian. Oh, did you guys just hear? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It went. So what that means is I bet it did move, but it moved so quickly we didn't visually see it. So this time, guys, I want you to really focus in on the servo motor. Everything else was seamless. So go ahead, Dad. When you hit that, everybody look at the LED. Go ahead, look out. LED. Oh, I didn't hit start. Simple things like that. Okay, now hit the bump switch. LED should be 3 seconds. This should turn on. Oh, it did move. Now wait till the end of the program. I want you guys to notice this did not go back to the position I wanted it to. So I actually, right here under stop right motor, I'm going to put, oh dear heavens, I'm going to copy this one because it's my servo motor. I'm going to put it down here, and I'm going to set my servo motor to positive 127. So let's talk through it. LED for 3 seconds, turn off LED, simultaneously turn on this motor, simultaneously turn this to -127, which is already there. Look down here. Does everybody see how it says -127? It's not going to look like it moves to you because it's already set. Oh, I bet once I hit start and compile, it will go back to 0 naturally. I forgot. So it's going to stay -127 until you compile and download again. So turn on, turn over. My mom's alarm's going off. And then what do I have happening? Stop the right motor. And then after you stop the right motor, this one's going to go all the way positive 127. All right, let's hit compile and download because I changed stuff. And then I have to remember to hit start. So you guys are kind of like trial by error here is how I learned how to program best. I mean, I read and read and read. That's my grandma. I read and read it. But honestly, until like you just kind of play with the programming, reading about it isn't quite as helpful. So that's why I'm choosing to teach you about the weights and the untils and the motors this way. I'll also send you the Word document. Okay, so I have to hit start. Dad, please hit the bump switch to start the whole program. Okay, green LED for 3 seconds, turn off, turn on, that's set, turn off, switch again. And now if we hit it again, it should run through. So green LED, turn off, switch, turn off after 3 seconds, switch again. So you can see that the program will indefinitely, and that will go every time I hit that button, the whole program will go through again. All right. I think maybe something that could be fun for you guys to see in the next part of this video is how to turn on and off the flashlight. Pause the video. Hey guys, something I think we need to do right now is on our flashlight, if we can, I want to switch it to say that it's reversed. Get rid of that reverse. Do you remember how mine was negatives? I had to use negatives to turn my flashlight on. Undo that so I can use positives to turn my flashlight on. Hit apply, hit OK. And then that would, because I'm going to do something, I'm going to make a program now about the flashlight, but I didn't want to use negatives. Play. Okay, guys, we have a pretty simple flashlight one now. Let's try to talk this through. So notice we're going to keep our while 1 equals 1. Therefore, everything here is going to loop indefinitely. All right, so this is an if statement. The if statement says, if my sensor value of my light sensor is greater than 700. So hopefully you remember this is your light sensor. And they're saying, hey, if it gets dark, greater than 700, turn the flashlight on to 127. Oh, I didn't know. Dad, the flashlight goes to 127. Oh, we got a lot of math to do now. We have to divide by a lot of different numbers. It won't work. Okay, well, we'll do that in the next video. Okay, so they want me to turn my flashlight to 127. I didn't know flashlights. I thought they only went to 100. Apparently, I need to do some research. All right, so this one says, hey, if the sensor value is greater than 700, do what's in these braces here. Do you guys see these braces that I'm kind of flowing through? I really want you to take note of the format that I have these turned on. So what do they want me to do? If it's greater than 700, they say turn flashlight on. And you can find that probably somewhere in here in this particular natural language. You might be able to find it here in sensors or in variables, maybe not sensors. But if you guys ever want to, like, I'm just pulling things from over here, and you can see, like, clearly I've just memorized them because I do not go through this list very often. I just kind of have a few of them memorized, or maybe I just cheat and pull them off of a Word document. One of those two. All right. But it says if your sensor value is less than or equal to 700, turn it off. So I purposely did not fix this from my old program. We're going to see a lot of yellow and a lot of red X's. And then we're going to talk about what's wrong. Okay, I want you to notice there are no red X's. That means that the program will run. But what I also want you to notice is right here. Notice how I do not have a semicolon after that. That's because it's not a command. I'm not saying do something. I'm giving it a condition. Conditions do not need semicolons. Actions need semicolons. So that's not what's wrong here. What's wrong is that we did not call it light sensor as it's written. I bet we called it, maybe we called it light sensor like that. Let's check it out. I forget what we called it, to be honest with you. And I bet we called it flashlight with a capital F. And I'm guessing we called it light sensor with a capital L. And I bet we called it flashlight with a capital F. Let's see if that fixes it. Notice it is running, so it's probably just a matter of capitalizations. Let's rerun it. Let's see if I'm correct with my capitalizations. It has to match. Perfect. No yellow X's, which means, yes, I did have the wrong capitalization in there. Everything is very happy now. Our program will run forever. Again, hopefully you know. Do you know why it will run forever? Have I said it enough?
Yes.
Why?
1 equals 1.
Yes, while 1 equals 1. So it's like, you could even say like, while 0 equals 0, or while 2 equals 2. It doesn't matter as long as you put a true statement, okay? So we're gonna hit start. I want you guys to know, look how it's like right here, it just keeps flashing at that last brace of my while loop. Well, that's because it's going through that. It's checking my sensor values. Let's check out look, it's not on, is it, guys? My flashlight is not on because right now the value of my, let's look down here, light sensor, look how my light sensor is 240. Now I'm going to go turn the dining room table and the dining room lights on. what happens to that sensor value? It goes to 161. That's because the lighter a room is, the lower the value, the light sensor. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the dining room lights off. That is not enough to turn my flashlight on, is it? Because it's not, I need it to get to 700. There, I'll put my flashlight right there so we can see it turn on. Okay, now I'm going to close the blinds. What's it reading?
517.
Now I'm just gonna cover it. You guys should see. Oh. Turn flashlight off. Lesson. Why isn't my flashlight turning on? Maybe I can't turn it. Okay, I'll be back. Hold on. All right, guys, I told you this is trial by error. So I figured out what was going on, and it was up here in my motor and sensor setup. Remember how I unclicked reverse? Look, when I hit apply, it reverses it again. So that's incredibly frustrating. So what I need to do is go to this, and I need to type negative 127 on there to turn my flashlight on. So now I'm going to do compile and delete again. So sometimes it's a matter of playing around with it because I had to go back and type in positive and negative to see what's going on. All right. So I'm going to start my program again. And before I hit start, right here, I want you guys to see that this light sensor that I'm pointing at, this light sensor is reading... This light sensor is, what do you think, Dad? Since it's reading 500, do you think it's going to turn the flashlight on or off? Nope. So when I hit start, you guys are going to notice it is not going to turn the flashlight on because it's just not dark enough. Even though we turned off the blinds, we turned off the, when I cover it though, why is it not turning on? I'm just getting mad at it now. What is going on? Stop. I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to keep you guys. So if I hit negative 127 here, it turns on, right? Yeah. So if it's greater than 700, I want it to turn on. Light sensor. I better make sure I called it light sensor. Did I call it light sensor? Are you guys having fun watching me struggle through this? I didn't call it light sensor. What did I call it? No. Did I not set it up? No, I called it light sensor. Boo.
Spell right.
I did. Okay, guys, I'm pausing you. Hi, kids. I found out what I did wrong. See how this has a red and a black wire on it? I had the red wire plugged in where the black wire should be. See this little prong? They're like little prongies that go in here. I had it in backwards, so no wonder it wasn't working. But don't worry, I fixed it. Dad, you gotta wake up.
Oh.
Cover up the light sensor. It's like a light sensor on your car. Headlights on. Take it away. Headlights off. Headlights on. It's nighttime. Oh, daytime. Nighttime, daytime. Okay, we got it. Yay. I'll learn how to color code someday. Let's do another fun one. Nothing will happen there. Hey guys, I just thought I want to show you how you don't have to do two separate if statements. You can do an if and an else statement. So I'm going to do that with the exact same code that we just wrote. It's shorter. So I'm going to say, hey, in other words, if it's dark, that's what this says. I'm going to add a comment here. If it's dark, notice how when I do a double backslash, it's not code. It's just like human language. If it's dark, turn on, what's that noise? Turn on flashlight. But watch this, guys, because this says if it's light. And you might say, well, I have no idea. This one says, if it's light, turn off the flashlight. Yeah, Grandma? What, Grandma? Okay, hold on, guys. Oh. Okay. Well, Mom and Lily are back there. Okay, sorry, guys. We're back. Oh, there it is. So just to save your program from having 8,000 like if and then statements, you can throw in an else. So right here, I'm going to have an if this thing is true, do this, else do this. And it will run the exact same program, but I don't have to bother with all this extra junk. So this else goes to this if, and it's saying like, hey, if this if isn't true, just do whatever I say here. Watch this. Ooh, this will be fun. Watch this. Oh, this will be fun. Now let's turn on the motor. So if it's dark, it's going to turn on the flashlight, but if it's light, the motor is going to be running. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, so I'm going to call this, how do you stop motors? I forget how to stop a motor. Motor, 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 motor. I guess maybe I can just start typing because I think I know what it is. I think there it is, start motor. See how it naturally comes up? What motor? Let's just do the right motor. And let's set it to 60. Who cares? And then up here, let's do a stop motor. Oh boy, not stop all tasks. No, 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 no. Stop motor. And we'll call it, where's it at? Motor. Okay, it's called the right motor. Okay, so let's read this code. It says, if it's dark, turn off the motors and turn on the flashlight. But if it's light, turn off the flashlight, turn on the motors. Let's see how the code is. Let's run it, see if I made any mistakes. I know this is very exciting for you, sitting at your computer watching me do all the fun stuff. All right, no X's, which is good. Let's see if this is true. Remember, guys, if it's dark, we have flashlight on. If it's light, we have motor running. That makes sense. So now I'm going to make it dark. And the flashlight, oh, yay. Now I'm going to make it light. That's so cool.
Have I missed anything exciting?
Yeah. If it's dark outside, you have a flashlight. Ooh. But if it's light outside, you can be driving.
That's a great analogy.
Do you like that noise that it makes?
That's a beautiful noise.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm really impressed with myself.
Do you guys prefer that noise or her teaching?
I'm pausing it.